What's going on, my people? Welcome to another episode of Ask the Fans.
AFTV.
Come on, G. You good, yeah? Respect, man. Love.
I told them to buy someone, man.
Yeah, trust me, bro.
Need a striker.
I know, bro. I know. What's going on, my people? Welcome to a special TFL edition of Ask the Fans. And in this video, we're going to be asking train staff, bus drivers and fans around the station today's big question. Should Arteta and Aubameyang make peace? Now, after this video, I need you to head over to the AFTV VIP app to give us your answers on the poll. But firstly, let's hear what everyone has to say here. Come on. So we're here at the TFL Fringe Park Station. Let's just quickly, as we're in the underground, the new kit, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it looks terrible, to be honest.
All right, fair enough. Let's get to the main question. Yeah. Should Arteta and Aubameyang make peace?
I think they should, and I think they should play him, because obviously we're struggling in terms of scoring goals at the moment.
As in start him right now?
Probably start him on the bench, and then maybe second half or something, slowly ease him back in. But I do think we need to put the differences aside, and he needs to start him because he is the top man. He's the top man at Arsenal. He scores a lot of goals, so I don't want him to be another Ozil. Because they treated him really bad, the way we treated Ozil. So, but yeah, start him because we're lacking goals, and also Arteta should go afterwards. End of the season.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So also, you're saying bring Arteta. Bring Aubameyang back in, integrate him slowly. Yeah. Do you think that will weaken, Arteta's disciplined approach? So he's trying to make an example of Aubameyang.
I mean, they're paying him his wages. Yeah. I understand he's been putting him on the bench, but like you can't go on forever. You got to play him at some point, you know. Yeah. So and he earns a lot of money. He scores a lot of goals. Just make up. Play him. Obviously, don't play him right away. Put him on the bench and then put him as a sub. And then if he does well, then start him. The next few games. But that's what I think they should do. Okay. Lastly,
if we sign a striker before the end of the window this January, would you still want to see Aubameyang back into the side?
The thing is, Aubameyang is world class. He's really good. But sometimes when I see him play, it's like he can't be bothered. It's like his work rate isn't that good. And I don't think he should be. If he comes back, I don't think he should be a captain anymore. It should be someone else. But yeah, I mean, if we sign a world-class striker, I'm happy to see him stay, but I'm happy to see him go as well. So yeah.
Arteta and Aubameyang, I think they should make peace because it's really like disrupting the club. Like from when they started having their beef, I feel like that's when our form started to dip, and then we've seen when they've taken Aubameyang out of the squad that they started to gel more. They started to become more fluid.
Yeah.
But I feel like with all the disciplinary action and the disciplinary issues, that the players might have felt like, it's not fair that he's allowed to do a lot of stuff that we can't do. So maybe, I feel like if they came back together and they were like, okay, sort out the core problems that they have with each other, that they can make the squad like more cohesive. Okay,
so if they do make peace, would you put him straight back into the 11, or does he need to slowly integrate himself into the first 11?
I feel like he needs to slowly integrate because although they do make peace, he still wasn't scoring, he wasn't on form like he used to be. So I feel like he needs to slowly get back into the team, maybe put him in the under-23s.
Oh, right.
And then bring him back into the squad quite slowly.
Yeah, okay. What happens if we sign a striker this January? Do you still want to see Aubameyang back in that side?
I feel like they should either loan him or just get rid of him.
Should Aubameyang and Arteta make peace? Do we need Aubameyang back?
100%.
Yeah?
We ain't got a striker. Who else are we going to play up front?
What happens if we get a striker? Do you think we should still wait for Aubameyang?
100%.
Okay, get it back 100%. In.
Well, the way he's been playing and his attitude, I think it's too late for him to come back. I really think it's too late. He's burnt his bridges now. He's on all that money. Is it £350 a week?
Yeah, £350.
And he's sitting at home doing nothing. And you can tell when the player's not interested anymore. Maybe if he goes somewhere else, he might like liven up a bit and start playing again. But I think it's time. Try and offload him before the end of the month. Get rid of him.
Yeah. Right, let me ask you, should Arteta and Aubameyang make peace?
I should think so, yeah.
Yeah? So you say we need him back?
100%.
Okay, even before he got into his disciplinary actions with Arteta, he wasn't really scoring and really the Aubameyang of old. Do you think even so we should be getting him back in the side?
Yeah, I should think so because the team should be one, innit?
Yes.
There should be unity.
Right.
And once they single one person out, then it means he's not going to perform that much.
Yeah.
So if they bring him in and everything, there's unity,
Yeah.
I believe the confidence will come, we start scoring.
Okay, I think Arteta made an example of Aubameyang by kind of exiling him out. Do you think that weakens Arteta's, dominance on being assertive as a manager?
Yeah.
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 So in that case, then should he be brought back? Because if other players might be looking at the situation and think, you know what, I can get away with being, late to training, late to matches.
Yeah, but sometimes it's for the betterment of the team. So although people get punished or get penalized for certain actions, you need a team to win. You need a team to win.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to balance it, and the balance is what the team needs.
Right.
And I believe bringing him in is going to bring more improvement.
No, I think it's run its course since he signed his contract.
Yeah.
There's always that feeling that, has he been making the effort? Admittedly, he's had a few injuries and there's been some illnesses. I think it's done.
Even with the situation that we're not really scoring goals at the moment, are you trusting that we're going to get a striker this January window, or are you just thinking Aubameyang doesn't deserve to be back in the side?
I was hoping we'd get a striker. I think it's really difficult though in the January transfer window to get someone. He may have to change his policy and maybe go for someone a little bit older on a loan deal. Might be the way. I think waiting until the summer. I think that's what we'll have to do. But I think the Aubameyang thing is done.
What would your
Time to move
solution
on.
be, sir? Would it be look to sell him on, or because he's on a lot of wages? So some people say we should integrate him back inside because he's on a lot of money, or do you think we should be looking to move him on?
Oh, I think we've got to try and get the money for him. He's still got a few years left on his current contract, and he's obviously been frozen out. So I think we've just got to try and cash in as much as we can. I mean, the guy's 32 years old. I don't think he's going to have many more years left with us anyway. I don't think he's going to be able to demand as high wages when he goes somewhere else. Obviously, what's happened with the falling out with Arteta, form and everything like that, it's going to be a struggle to offload him, I think. But we've got to try and get as much money as we can.
Okay, and lastly, we saw Xhaka kind of make a return after being exiled out the side. Do you think there's kind of no way back for like Aubameyang? I know you said no, but obviously, would it also be an effect on the young players looking up to Arteta? Because he kind of set the example with Aubameyang kind of freezing him out.
I think Xhaka showed great character in coming back from that situation. I think he was just a guy who was upset at the time, threw his toys out of the pram, and has buckled down and towed the line, and he's seems to have embraced Arteta's way of doing things. He's hot-headed on the pitch sometimes, which is very frustrating. But I think that stems from a little bit. It shouldn't be naivety from someone of his age, but I just think he cares, and I think that's the problem. And there's that crossing point. He tends to go over too much, but I think it's because he's just trying. I think he's quite a competitor and he wants to win. And I'm just not seeing it from Aubameyang.
I would say they need to make peace. Aubameyang has been a great player for us.
Yep.
I would say, I don't want people to forget that he's been great for us. And I just feel like we need to utilise his wages a bit better so we can move forward. But I would love for him to make a move, play well, and have a good career.
Okay, say if we sign another striker in this window, would you still want to see Aubameyang back in the side?
Well, it depends what formation we play. Okay. I still think he could do something. Definitely this year as well. He's still a good player. I don't want people to forget. But the way it's moving now, it looks like a fresh start will be the best.
If he gets brought back in, can you return back to the Aubameyang of old? Because he is a good player, definitely, but before he got exiled out the side, he wasn't really doing what we know him for.
Yeah, he wasn't, but he can.
Yeah.
I think he's still got quite a lot in him. Just that he needs to play more central, he needs to be more happy. The whole team needs to be, he brings a good vibe to the dressing room, so that's important as well. It's not just, people are looking at his wages and the stats, but they're not thinking of the cohesion he brings for the club. But Yeah.
So you should really bring him back into the side. Let me ask this last question then. Would it tarnish kind of Arteta's dominance of trying to be like assertive by exiling Aubameyang out the side by bringing him back in? Because, you know, he's trying to set an example.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think ego gets the best of a lot of people, especially in the football industry. And I feel like if Arteta wants to grow, being a manager, you have to know what's best for your team and not for yourself. And if the players believe in your vision, then they'll follow your decisions.
Yes, but we don't really know what happened though. So I think but the fan needs to know what actually is going on. How Lukaku, for example, Lukaku done the same thing, but we don't know what's going on. So we need to know both stories first, and then, but professionally, yes.
Yes, so you think we need him back in the side due to without scoring enough goals?
Well, listen, it looks like we're not going to get any strikers. And listen, I know he's been having a bad season, but it's still world class. So we need someone there to do what he has to do. So definitely.
Yeah. Does it tarnish Arteta's reputation by bringing him back in the side? Because you know he's kind of trying to make an example really of Aubameyang and trying to be like strong with his rules.
But it's the thing about Arteta. It's not Guardiola or club that can actually do things like this. He has no experience. He started, and for him to get that kind of attitude with world-class players like Aubameyang, he can't do that yet.
Is that harsh to say though? Because remember, he's trying to build a reputation. He's new in the job, but he's trying to build that reputation. Is it unfair to say if it was Pep, it would be all right?
I get that, but at the same time, you need to find a solution where you said you want young players, but you send young players on loan, and then you got world-class players there. You can't deal with it, so you need to find a way how it can work both ways. So I understand he wants to get his reputation, but it doesn't look right. If you don't win anything, you can't have a reputation like that. Win something, and then people can say, you know what, there's a world-class manager, so we can actually listen to you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right, let me ask you, Arteta and Aubameyang, is it time for them to make peace?
100%.
Yeah.
I think we should make peace like with Arteta and Aubameyang, and also depart as well and bring in a new striker.
Okay.
That's what I believe now. I think we've had the best from Aubameyang, and let's just hope that it doesn't go to a rival of ours.
So you're saying, so you said Arteta, they should just make peace, but we should look to move on Aubameyang. Because why do you say we should look to move him on?
We know that the wage is too much. You know what I mean? It's all coming down to the money now. I think that the money's got to his head.
Yeah.
We've got the best out of him from the early start. And I think now, do the right thing. Just move on.
Let's flip it then. Say if we don't get a striker in this January window, do you then try and integrate him, or do you think, you know what, still we should be looking to move on and look for another option?
Look for another option.
Yeah.
We've got a good youth.
Yep.
Let's feed the youth. And see what we can do.
So is it time for Arteta and Aubameyang to make peace? For me, yes, it really is. I don't want to see another Ozil situation. Aubameyang's on big money, and I liked what the guy said in this video. Unity, that is key. We need every player at the moment. Whether we make a signing or not, I would like to see Aubameyang back in the fold. He's my guy. I wouldn't say straight away into the starting 11, but definitely somewhat in capacity on the bench. We're going to need everyone to get where we want to be, top 4 this season. But that's it from me. We want to hear from you now, so make sure you head over down to the comments and let us know your opinions on this situation. And obviously make sure you head over to the AFTV VIP app. Don't forget to hit a like on your way out and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on Ask the Fans.